Well, good morning. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to First Parish Unitarian Universalist of Medfield. Welcome to all of you who are streaming in from home. We're glad you're with us, and welcome to all new visitors. I just want to say to anybody who hasn't been here before, we hope you'll join us after church downstairs for a social hour. And as you'll hear in a moment, there's other special things happening today too. So, this congregation first gathered in 1651, settling here on this land that was and is still now the homeland of the Nipmuc Nation. They inhabited this area for thousands of years, but their land was taken by force and their lives were oppressed by the European colonists who settled this town and this state and this nation. Despite this atrocity, Nipmuc descendants continue to live here today. And as Unitarian Universalists, we are called to name the wrongs committed against Indigenous people and to work to dismantle the systems of oppression that continue to harm Indigenous folks today. Friends, holding all of this in our hearts, we welcome you to this place. Here we search for truth and understanding. Here we celebrate life and we contemplate its mysteries. Here we share healing and wholeness. So whoever you are, wherever you're from, whatever you believe, whomever you love, we welcome you to this congregation. Friends, let us gather as the days grow shorter and we work to complete the harvest before that long winter comes. Come, let us gather during this season when the wheel of life turns and the veil between this world and the next grows thin. Let us gather to remember, to honor, to grieve all of those departed souls whom we miss so dearly. Come, let us gather to celebrate that which was, that which is, and that which will be. Come, let us gather, as always, embraced by this community, bound by our covenant, and united by love. Friends, let us worship together. I would invite forward Margaret Rolfe to light our chalice.
All Souls, chalice lighting. As we kindle this flame, we honor and remember those who have passed into the mystery. Their brightness lives on in our vision. Their courage lives on in our commitments, and their love continues to bless the world through us.
I'd invite you to rise in body or in spirit for the reading of our unison covenants, which is printed on the back page of your order of service. Today we'll be reading lines 1, 2, and 9. Love is the foundation and spirit of our congregation, and we declare that every person is inherently worthy and has the right to flourish with dignity. As people of goodwill, we covenant with one another to embrace the fullest measure of our humanity, showing reverence for the divine within and among us all. All right, please stay standing and embrace our new virtual hymnal. So we're going to start by singing Awake, Arise.
And again, just a reminder, you're welcome to sing along if you know the first verse, or just have the choir sing, and then everyone can join in on verse 2.
For all of those we've lost recently or long ago, I'll now light our candle of remembrance. All right, now I'd invite all the kiddos forward for the moment for all ages. Hello. Good morning. Who do you think I am? You're right. Yes, I'm Rev Dave. So why do you think I was wearing this? Why do you think? Wait, hold on.
Because 2 days ago it was Halloween.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, why do you think?
Because today it's the Day of the Dead.
Well, technically yesterday was, but close, yep.
Because it's scary.
Because it's scary. So let's talk about that. Why on earth is this scary? Anybody have an idea?
Because it's a skeleton, and skeletons are usually on Halloween, and Halloween is supposed to be scary.
Okay. Yeah, so there's some spooky things on Halloween. Who can think of a spooky thing you saw when you were trick-or-treating? Ressa.
Spider.
Spiders.
Last year when I was trick-or-treating, there was this house with like sticks, and there was like fire on them.
Ooh, yikes.
I saw something scary. There weren't that many trick-or-treaters, and not many houses had Halloween decorations.
That's disappointing, right? All right, so did anybody see like monsters or what? You saw monsters, yeah. So, all right, so first of all, so did anybody see like a werewolf? Or Dracula, a vampire? Monsters from movies, good. So I have a question. So a werewolf, is a werewolf real? No. So people don't really howl at the moon and turn into an animal? No. Is this real? Yes. It's real? Wait, say it again?
The skull exists in your head.
I hope so, yeah. I mean, the not real thing is skeletons don't walk around, because honestly, if your head looked like this, you probably wouldn't be in very good shape, right? All right, so so this is real. So why, if this is a real thing that we all have, why is this scary? Somebody I haven't heard from yet. Anybody? All right. No, you can try.
Because it's kind of unsettling to see inside the human.
Yeah?
Because the skeleton, you can only see a skeleton when the thing is dead.
Ooh, dead. So somebody said yesterday was the Day of the Dead, right? Oh, yeah. So let me just tell you that the Day of the Dead and things around the Day of the Dead go back thousands of years. So thousands of years ago in what's now Ireland and Scotland, they celebrated something called Samhain, which is like when they brought in all the harvest, and like then they started thinking like in the fall time when they brought in the food. Why does anybody have an idea? Why would they think in the fall start thinking about things that are dead? Anybody have an idea? Yeah, I know y'all know. Somebody else. Oh, yes, he knows. Why?
Because it's...
Thinking about it, good thinking.
Wait, what was the question?
Why would in the fall would you think of dead stuff?
It's cold.
It's cold, yeah. Why else?
And all the plants die because it's cold.
All the plants die, right. So Samhain, thousands of years ago, people think about death and dying for themselves and for nature. And then it starts to turn into a Catholic festival called All Saints' Day, where people think about dead saints, people who have died who are Catholic saints, like meaning really good people. And then that turns into All Souls' Day, which today is actually All Souls Day. And Protestant Christians think not just about saints on this day, but anyone who they love who has died. And then down history, then there's Dia de los Muertos, which is a Mexican holiday, thinking about, again, people who have died who they loved. So today with our ritual, we're doing a little bit about that. But there's something else. Does everything die in the winter? Everything in nature? What do you think?
How?
How? That's interesting. Yeah.
No, because pine trees don't lose their leaves.
Pine trees don't lose their leaves. But wait, did trees that lose their leaves die? No. Well, and the one other thing, the last thing I want to show you is that this is a time where actually people often plant seeds. And those seeds come up in the springtime. So we're going to do a little thing right now. Do you mind sitting here for a second so you can just hold this? Because I can't. I need my hands. All right. So, thank you. Good job. Excellent. Everybody's going to get a cup. And everybody, I'm going to scoop this out for you. We'll get a little bit of, what do you think this black stuff is? Dirt. Soil, even better. Yeah, good stuff. In here, what do you think's in here? Water. And then, maybe, all right. And then in here, oh, this is a soy scoop, yep. And then last thing, what kind of seeds? No, wrong. Pumpkin, since it's Halloween. So we're gonna you'll get a chance to plant your own pumpkin seed. So what I'd like is if you could make a nice line, starting over here, everybody. I want everybody to push down your dirt in the thing. And then I want everybody to take one finger and poke it right in the middle. And then I'm going to give everybody one seed and you're going to put it in that hole. And then we're going to be all done and go to RE class. All right. All right. If you be my waterer, would you just take that and squirt a little water in everybody's cup? There you go. After you get a squirt of water, just a little squirt, you can head out, and why don't we sing the children out to religious education? Well, now we will begin our remembrance ritual. The Protestant Christian holiday is today known as All Souls Day. The summer has faded away, and here at the start of November, and today specifically when daylight savings time, it marks shorter days and the coming of winter. The frost is coming. Today is a day when we think about those who have died together. Most of us are far from the grave sites of our ancestors, but today we honor those who have lived and died before our time, and we'll do that together. So after Eva plays a musical interlude, I would invite anyone who's so moved who wishes to come forward. If you brought a memento or a picture of a loved one who has died, you can bring that as well. When you come forward, you may share a bit about the person. Make sure to tell us their name. You can light a candle. and then you can head back to your seats. This morning, I'm remembering my cousin Kenny. Kenny was a few years older than I. He was the one who, when I was a little kid, and someone was picking on me, I always said, "Watch out, my 10-year-old cousin Kenny's gonna beat you up if you say the wrong thing." This day, we went to a Twins game out in Minnesota. Kenny tragically died when he was just 54 years old, suddenly, leaving 3 children. So today I'd like to honor my cousin Kenny.
Today I honor my husband of 36 years, Christopher. I still miss him.
I honor Dan Bible, my husband.
I honor my parents, Patricia Ann Dick, who died in April, my biological mother, and the parents that raised me, Cornelia Rogers Trowbridge Gorley, Ann Pass Gorley, and Robinson Burroughs Gorley.
I light a candle for my family, my parents, Eleanor Ann and Clifton Gravel, and my brother John.
I want to honor my parents, Helene and Arthur Iberal. I'm so grateful for everything they did for me and gave me. This is a picture from their 60th anniversary. Oops.
I honor my daughter Lindsay, who died 10 years ago from a lifelong liver disease. grandmothers. Oh, who's counting?
My grandmother who died this year, Beverly Ford, and my 14-year-old dog, Charlie, who also died.
My sister Jean, who lived in an abusive relationship for many years, and not long after she was able to leave that relationship, died of a heart attack, which I'm pretty sure was brought on by the stress of living in that situation. And she would want me to recommend and tell people who are living in an abusive situation to get help as soon as possible.
I honor my wife, Marjorie. Fit on this table.
Do you want to put the other one in front?
Father, Sam, who only got to meet one of his grandchildren, but would be very entertained by the rest of them. And also my grandparents, Margaret and John Mullen, and my friend Mandy, who tragically passed away a month ago.
Parents, Bertha and Herbert, and my Uncle Marvin, and my sister-in-law, Kathy. And I'm going to put on the table the Mourner's Cottage.
I just want to honor my family members. My dad, George Lester, died in 2021. My mom, Virginia, and died in 2017. And my brother Al, who was killed on a bicycle in a drunk driver crash in 1992.
my cousin David Alman Moses, who died this spring.
I was thinking about it this morning, not even knowing it was the Day of the Dead yesterday, but I'd like to honor two of my hockey coaches, Len Clarkin and John Panziaco, who 30 some odd years later I still think about all the time. So.
In the Mexican tradition, Dia de los Muertos, not only is this day a day to remember those who have died, but in a very real way, to have them here, now, with us. And the word is spoken presente, that they are present. So I'd invite us all together in unison to say presente. Presente. Amen. Now I'd invite Shirley Riga forward to share a reflection.
So I grieve the loss of my daughter every day. I am in deep grief, and it occurs yearly, commencing sometime in July and lessens up near the end of October because of the difficult, complicated circumstances of her death. At the same time, I am a trained energy healer, trance healing medium that offers comfort and support to those experiencing the loss of their loved ones. And the question is, how do I resolve this contradiction in my life? Living in this duality is not new to me. It's called cognitive dissonance. We all practice duality as we hold two or more conflicting beliefs. And Thea gave me permission to say this. Like my wife, Thea knows junk food is bad for her, and yet she eats it anyway. She justifies it by saying there is protein in that candy bar. Life broke me open. I learned about the unseen world and how our loved ones are present, functioning at a higher vibration than we can easily perceive. This is not a design flaw. Vibrations vary in our physical space, which is a much denser place of existence. And when you think about it, so much in our world resonates at different vibrations. A mentor of mine describes it like this. If we put every piece of clothing on in our closet and then douse ourselves with water so we are soaking wet, we become heavy, laden with all the weight of the physical world. When it is our time to shed our physical body, we literally shed the costume, our human body, that is full of pain, struggle, and limitations imposed on us because of our physicalness. To connect with the unseen world, I raise my energy, which I do by clearing pain and trauma and practicing silence. This is not an easy process since I feel the pain and trauma as I clear it. However, I have learned over and over again the incredible wonder of connecting with the unseen world helps me tap into the world my daughter lives in. Experiencing the unseen world gives me reassurance there is so much more than what we are physically able to perceive. Communication from the unseen world proves to me we don't die. We move from inhabiting a human body to transitioning into the real world of energy. Some of my experiences include talking with my daughter through another medium, hearing the work she is doing on the other side, helping children acclimate when they cross over. Seeing and feeling a spiritual healer join me as I offer Reiki healing and witness the healer work through me while talking to me about what we are doing on a client. Raising my energy and walking in a fire walk on red embers with ease. Experiencing a visitation from my late wife, Lizzie, and together we watched my daughter perform a solo in a singing workshop. And in 2007, while in a trance, I met a goddess who came into my field of energy. I saw through her eyes and moved with her energy as we participated in a healing circle. Over 20 years ago, I was told in communication with my light workers that I was a bridge between the worlds. My role on this earth is to help people understand we live in a dualistic world where the unseen world and the seen world can work together. And this duality will continue to strengthen as we move into the global changes currently happening. How do I do that, I ask? How do I live in this world between both sides? I live my life, I share my experiences, and I testify to the myriads of phenomena and spiritual communications that I have had and continue to have with the other side. Because the truth is, we are resilient beings living in duality. We are humans with emotions and intelligence, and we are spiritual beings with a beautiful heart intelligence that can communicate with a universal love all around us. Every day we can make the decision to honor our heart as well as our mind. It starts within. Be curious, be open, be gentle with yourselves, and practice silence. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Jesus was a he. His likely wife, Mary Magdalene, was a she. His father, Joseph, he. But Father, Holy Ghost, Son, clearly they. Adam, he. Eve, she. Lilith, the other member of that story, she. Moses, Abraham, he. Esther, Ruth, Miriam, she. But Adonai, Elohim, Jehovah, Shaddai, decidedly he. Hokmah, or the Hebrew for divine feminine whisper as described in Psalms, she. Siddhartha Gautama, he. Buddha, he, them, us, we. Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, he, they, in a holy trinity. Muhammad, he, but God. How do we answer that question? What was the nature of God? What's the description of God? If God even exists? If God is even nameable? If God is even gendered? If God is even personified? If God is made of light? Or if God is both light and dark? Is God a creator, a destroyer, or both, or none of the above? How do we make sense of these questions, knowing that no one really knows? When we think about the great mysteries of life, what do our hearts tell us? Here in this congregation, we ask the questions, we honor one another's journeys, we try to keep open hearts and minds and love one another with our whole hearts, for none of us can be sure about any of these questions. For me, God is they, them, us, we, beyond, don't know. But like Shirley, for me, through most of my life, I've also had many mystical experiences. When I was younger, I and some others wondered if I was schizophrenic, hearing voices. This journey began when I went through puberty. And these experiences that I've had, continue to have, can't always put my finger on it, but I know it's real. In the same way, imagine you took a Volkswagen and you dropped it in the middle of thousands of years ago, and a caveman saw this outside of his cave. He can drive around in the Volkswagen, perhaps, figure it out. I had no idea how it works. Same thing as with me. But I have always had these experiences of sensing and feeling energy, and while I'm not trained in my profession, as Shirley is, something I'm sensitive to. I'm a lifelong skeptic, cynic, raised Unitarian Universalist. I don't take much on faith alone. So there I was, a 14-year-old, and my spirit guide was talking to me. Am I crazy? I said to him, in my room, what do I call you? He said, whatever you want. I said, I'm calling you Peter, just 'cause. True story, my mother, a UU minister, took me to a few mediums, and there we were. Imagine a table with all the Scrabble tiles, letters, and we all put our finger on that shot glass. My mom and dad were there. My dad's the biggest cynic you could ever imagine, and the shot glass starts spinning. Tapping letters quickly while one of them wrote down the letters. I said, what do we call you? And the letters tapped out Peter. I always held on to that, saying, well, how could I be crazy if the thing I thought was now said? I said, well, then what do you look like? Oh, I don't know. How tall are you? The answer back, how tall is a mind? Yeah. Later, my mother took me to the Vedanta Center nearby, and I met with Shuma Chakravarti. And she, being raised in this Hindu tradition, she said to me, David, as a 16-year-old, you're a Western boy having a typical Eastern experience. For me, this helped normalize this. My mother died a few years ago, and I still speak with her. She says things to me that I could not have imagined. She once said to me, I always liked Carol. That was my mother's name. My immediate thought is, but you are Carol. Well, no. For her, this was a person she was for 76 years. She's now beyond. My belief system is informed by my experiences. Maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I'm crazy, but I don't think so. And when I, describe this to those who don't have these experiences, I use this analogy. It would be a little bit like trying to explain the color green to somebody who's blind. Other folks who have these experiences, we talk about this openly. We see things, we feel things. So for me, that great mystery, that loving voice, that energy found within and around everything, that's the thing I like to call God, just for shorthand. For me, it's always been they, them, us, we. Not there, but here, everywhere. So today, our loved ones, I feel, are here in this space. All of those we've named. They're present, as the tradition in the Dia de los Muertos says. So now, if you're so moved, I would invite you to say together the name of the person you're thinking of. Let's say that together. Kenny. If that name is too tender to say out loud, we say them quietly. Now together I would invite us all to say together, presente. Presente. Amen. And now I'd invite forward George Lester to introduce our offering.
Hello, thank you. I've been in and out traveling a lot this fall, different places, so I've only been a couple of times this fall, but I'm here today, and I just want to say that every time I sort of get back to Medfield and then get back to First Parish, I'm just reminded how lucky I am and we are to have this great community. For me, it's a sanctuary, a place of peace, and a place of reflection, as we just did. So I feel so safe and happy and embraced here. And it's been that way for 25 years since we first started coming here. So. That's my pitch for support, that it's a wonderful, please continue to support the church for what a great place it is. And we are sharing with Rosie's Place, which is also a safe space for women experiencing not having housing. And so the offering will be shared 50-50. Please rise in body or in spirit for our closing hymn, another Eva Kendrick original found in your virtual hymnal, Sing Out Love. This is called Benediction.
Thank you. And I was informed that the microphone for the piano isn't working over Zoom, so we're going to have somebody over here hold the microphone so those who might be joining from Zoom can hear us. I'll play this once through, and then we'll sing it together twice.
Friends, as we prepare to leave this sacred space, I pray that the love which lives just beyond our understanding, the love which comes sometimes to us as a whisper, sometimes a laugh, sometimes a smirk, that love which transcends all the bounds of time and space, be with us now, here, and abide with us always. Amen. I will now extinguish our chalice, but may its light and warmth stay with us until we meet again. Here ends our worship. Let our service begin.